having me. Yes, um, I am 23 years old, and I have decided in this pandemic that it was the best time for me to soft launch my brand, Inspired Bosses. So, I am the founder and the curator and the creator of it, and it's been pretty tough because I haven't always been, super confident and also just grounded in who I was. I actually had to get to a place of where I truly knew who I was, which is identity. And I think that today, in today's time, a lot of young people struggle with who they really are. And the brand that I'm creating and the business that I'm creating is about understanding truly who you are and unlocking that potential, bossing your life, I like to say. And so when you told me about, doing certified mail this week, I was like, wow, okay, let's let the people in on who I am and some of the struggles that I've overcome. And I thought that was a great way to do it. So thank you so much for having me, KJ. So, yeah, I'm ready for whatever questions you have. Yeah, Miss Curator and creator of Inspired Bosses. I actually thought that you were going to be super dressed up, but how could I forget that you like to be dressed down? So, excuse me for being overdressed, but I did add a little urbanness too because I do know you love hats. Yeah. But just to go ahead and get into it, I think that what that point that you made about young people not having a groundedness in their identity is something that a lot of people, not just even young people, struggle with. But the first question is really, I just want you to be open. There's no quota here or no bullet points or anything precise. We want this to be very authentic because we know that that is what you stand by and stand on, authenticity, and you do it so very well. So definitely. But if I had to lead you in a direction, what made you want to cut your hair? Could you tell us about that journey? What was that like? Could you explain to us that? And I do believe that we need to address this because some people don't see a hair journey to the depth that it can be. People don't really understand how when you don't really embrace yourself or what you are, that is a part of it. And so, could you tell us a little bit about your hair journey since we've talked about that before? That would be great. It's so funny that you asked about my hair journey because yeah, when you say that people don't really know the depth of how not really owning who you are, your hair, everything about you can be very different for a lot of people. That was definitely the case for me. Growing up, so this is what my hair looks like now. And I'm wearing a hat because I love hats, but I also didn't do much to my hair. COVID is going on. And I also want to be very authentic. I think being real on camera is something that needs to be done for a lot of people because we hold different standards. But I want to be going there. Let's get back to the hair journey. So, of course, I started off natural, which is what naturally grows in my hair, in my head. But growing up, my mom, she used to hot comb my hair. And if you know anything about the hot comb, you know that thing was hot. But it was a miracle worker. It made our hair straightened. But she used to burn me, and I used to go like this and cry, and she used to bribe me with ice cream, which I think that's the reason why I like ice cream so much now, because my mom used to bribe me with popsicles and stuff if I just would have held on for a while. But yeah, so she used to get that grease, and she used to hot comb my hair, and it was a certain point when I got to about, fourth grade, I wanted, for some reason inside of me, I wanted a change. I wanted straight hair. That was the thing that was going on. I guess it was trending and people had straight long hair. So I remember going to my aunt's beauty shop and getting my hair straightened for the first time. And honey, do I tell you, it burned. But I used to get my hair straightened there. It was a perm. And I remember the first time I remember sitting in her seat, and it was like, wow, I'm actually I'm actually doing this. My hair is about to be straight all the time. And I was proud of that. And then I used to hear like, oh, before that, I used to hear that my hair is very kinky or very spongy. I never really heard anything that was quote unquote good about my hair. So even when it comes down to the present moment, I don't even like to compare people's hair textures. I don't like when people say, oh, that's good hair. Because personally, I take that personal because of my journey. So after feeling that way about my hair, I realized later on in life, I mean, I went through high school and everything with permed or straightened hair. So when I got to college, see, one of my good friends from high school, she went all natural. Like, she did the big chop and everything, and that was way before it was like trending now, right? That was way before, you know, people really were chopping their hair off. And I thought it was brave of her. I thought it was very different. I thought it was odd. But she owned it. And that, I think, was my first experience with seeing someone own their naturally curly hair. So in about 2016, end of 2016, 2017, I decided that I was going to grow my hair out, and not just grow it in length, because I kept my hair short most of the time, but I was going to grow it like in its natural state. So I decided to do that. So I kept in weaves and, you know, protective styles, because, you know, that was the thing that I thought was going to be great for me to manage my hair. And I've had this friend who, she's a stylist too. She would help me take care of my hair. But the moment that really stood out to me was one time when I asked her, what do I need to do to my hair? You know what she told me? She told me that I needed to love my hair more. And that may have been a surface statement to somebody else, but to me, that hit my heart and into my soul a whole lot, because I was not really comfortable with who I was and what grew out of my head. So from then on, I decided that I was going to chop it off, and I was going to really embrace who I am. And so in 2018, I did a big chop. And I had a photo shoot, and it was about femininity and embracing the sisterhood of Black women, or African American women, or colored women, whatever you want to call us, brown women. Because I knew then that I was walking into a new version of me. It wasn't that I was the old me anymore, because I had been through so many things that tore my heart apart and tore my confidence down, that I needed to find a new way that I could definitely and originally be me. And so that is what comes from my brand when it comes to my hair journey. In 2018, I colored it a copper bronze. I got it done at a natural affair. I know my friend, she chopped it off in stages for me, because my mom always taught me to move in stages. She never wanted me to bite off more than I could chew or do more than I could really do. She always said, just, you know, stages. So that's what I did with my hair, because I wanted to make sure that it was something that I could embrace bit by bit and actually understand what I was doing. But I was also into like just learning about political prisoners and Black Panther and SNCC and all of the movements that were going on at the time. I was reading all of the novels and reading and watching all of the documentaries to educate myself on my Blackness and to be aware. And so self-awareness in that way has made me even more embrace who I am, because I know that others, people who have seen themselves as superior, have tried to oppress me, and women who look like me, men who have the same tone as me, and skin color as me, in so many ways. And so I've learned that oppression, I cannot let it linger in my heart, in my mind, in my hair, in the way that I walk, talk, or anything. So I definitely had to take over my own life by embracing my naturally kinky, coily, tight, coily, spongy, unmanageable hair. And so now I rock this small fro, because, you know, this is what I like. This is what I enjoy. Also, I'm a little lazy sometimes, and I don't want to do my hair. So you know, I want to make sure that I embody exactly who I am, and that people understand me for me. And also to send a message to women that hair does not make you or break you. that you can be exactly who you want to be when you decide to be who you want to be, when you decide to unlock the potential that's inside of you, when you decide that you are who you are and this is what a creator, a higher power has made you who you are. There's no going back, but there is a space of an opportunity to embrace the totality of who you are. And if my message to women is, if you're on a hair journey or you don't feel as comfortable, and it's not for everybody, and let me say that, but I do think there is a lot of oppression and a lot of enigma around the Black woman's hair and feeling inferior. And I did not want to continue to hide behind a wig or weave. And I wear them now. And I'm not saying that I'm against wigs and weave, because it's a great industry to go in if you want to make some money and be known for something that is essential to you. But for me, sometimes I even look in the mirror today and I might have a wig or something and I'm like, hey, I don't even feel myself. I'm always in this contemplation mode of, am I not downgrading myself, but am I really comfortable with me if I were to put this wig on, or am I trying to hide something? And sometimes you may have a bad hair day, and that's why you put on your good hat, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my answer to that. And so I just want women to understand that, and men, older women, younger women, I want you all to understand that when you take the time to be you, there is no one out there that can do that. You have a DNA that is meant to be here and meant to be understood by you first, and then help everybody else understand, or whoever you want to understand who you are, how you show up. And so that was a part of me really just loving myself, giving back to myself, and being careful with myself and being gentle with myself, and also graceful, so that I can do the same thing with my sisters and brothers that are here in this world. So I hope that answers your question. I know I kind of went a long way with that, but yeah, that's why. You have in here, folks, Miss K, curator and creator of Inspired Bosses, has brought to us some knowledge, some wisdom, and some backstory and some background to one of her personal struggles about loving herself, embracing who she is, and she dropped some gems, you all. So we're so glad to have you here. When my boss and my supervisor told me that I would have the task, not even the task, but the honor to interview you and get your insight about your hair journey, that was a privilege for me. And so I'm so honored to be sitting here with you, so honored to be interviewing you, and I cannot wait till people get to hear what you have to say, because Miss K, Miss Inspired Bosses, we love it and we support you, and we are looking for you to go high, looking for you to go deeper, and looking for you to connect with those who need connection, because there are a lot of women out here who do not really truly embrace themselves, whether their story is different from yours or the same. So we thank you so much. And if you're watching, remember, be inspired.